Morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning gentle yoga session. So lovely to see you all here. So stretching through hands and feet. And then we'll arrive in our Shavasana, so heels as wide as the mat. Toes are falling out. Backs of the hands to the floor. Palms face up and fingers are gently curling inwards, so no tension around the hands. And then let's start by making our inquiries. So firstly, our physical body. So this is bone and muscle and tendon, blood and skin. So checking for any areas of tension or lightness. What are we working with today? And then let's check the quality of the mind. So texture of our thoughts or the images, frequency, speed. And we'll do a practice later more focused on this and how we work with thought. And then down to the energetic body. So whatever this means for you, turn your awareness inwards. See if you can feel the subtle vibration or lightness, the hum of the body. So it's quieter than physical sensation and it's different. And don't stress too much about getting that right or wrong. Just turning the awareness into the body is the practice itself. And then back to the breath. So the gentle rise and fall of the belly. Wonderful. And we're ready to move. So taking our awareness to all the places we meet the floor. So feeling for the pressure points, the shape, the amount of weight, the temperature, maybe the texture of the surface we're in contact with. And then tracing from these pressure points the areas where the body curves away from the floor and is suspended in space. Try and feel the air around these points, or maybe the cloth of your clothes. And we're ready to move. We're going to inhale, float the right knee up to the chest. Take the hands around the top of the shin. And as you exhale, we're gently easing the knee into the body. So we're going to move through these hip openers relatively quickly. So 2 more breaths here. Find compression. And then taking the knee in just the right hand, open it out to the right side. So we're feeling into the groin and we're breathing, trying to use the exhale to relax and open the body. And then inhale back to center, switch the hands and guide that knee over to the left side. Keep the right buttock down to begin. This may be enough of a stretch in the glutes and the piriformis. But if you'd like to come deeper, you can lift the right buttock. So coming more over to the left side, and you'll feel it deepens the stretch. It slightly moves the stretch around the muscles as well. So one more inhale, exhale here. And then inhaling back to center, another squeeze of the knee as we exhale. And now take the scarf or the strap and we'll have it close to the heel. So nearer to the heel than the ball of the foot. And you can bend up the left knee, place the sole of the foot down if you wish, or keep the left leg long. If you bend the knee, it's going to lighten the posture. So we're going to draw the foot towards us as we exhale. And we're working towards having a straight leg. But this is where we're working towards. So we don't have to be there right now. And then use the strength of the leg to flex the right foot towards you. So we're still opening the back of the knee, the calf, but we're not forcing it down by pulling on it with the strap. So let's lift the bandhas and see how this changes our sensations. Does it free up the leg? Does it tighten the leg? How does it work for you? So one more inhale, exhale here. And inhaling back to center. So we want the leg to be upright. We'll take a deep inhale here. Pull the foot down so the hip is nicely in the socket, and then we're going to drop the foot over to the left side. So it may only move an inch, it may move a couple of feet. So we want to feel this in the right glutes, and maybe you feel it up the side and the back of the leg, maybe into the lower back. So there should be no pain. It shouldn't be a painful, sharp sensation. If it is, maybe move away or come out slightly. I'll just have one more deep inhale, exhale here. And then inhaling back up to center. We'll release the strap now. Keep it handy. You may need it for our next stretch, squeezing the knee in, and now bend the left knee up. Place the sole of the foot down, and we're going to take the right ankle and put it onto the left thigh. Flex the toes of the right foot towards the knee, and then you're going to use your right hand to guide the knee towards the bottom of the mat, so pushing downwards, opposite direction of your head, and you should feel it slightly different point in the hip flexor. And if this isn't enough for you, you can also draw the left knee up towards the chest, and you can use the strap around the back of the knee and then over the top of the right shin. You can also just grab behind the knee if you're open in the hips. I like this version with a strap because I get to keep all of my spine down and just isolate the hip. So each inhale, apply a little more pressure, drawing up or pushing the knee away from you. One more deep inhale, exhale here. And then left sole of the foot back to the mat. We're going to release the right leg and straighten it to the ceiling. So showing the sole of the foot up again, but without the strap, without holding the leg. So we're just working on the strength of this right leg. let the pelvis be heavy. Just lift the sole of your left foot off the mat an inch, just so you can feel that weight of the pelvis. And now lightly press the sole of the left foot back down, but continuing with feeling that weight. So we're not using the left foot to support this right leg, it's all in the leg itself. One more inhale here. And exhale, squeeze the right knee into the chest. And we'll straighten both legs again. Let the toes fall outwards. And let's just do our checks left and right. Notice if one is lighter and longer, one buttock will spread, one higher and tighter. And coming to the left side. Inhale, left knee up to your chest. Hands around the top of the shin. And as we exhale, squeezing in. One more deep inhale, exhale here. And then release the right arm, use the left hand to open into the groin, opening your hip. And it's good to notice if over the weeks you're finding more ease and space in these postures. Inhaling back to center, switch the hands and guide over to the right. Left hip stays down to begin, but if you'd like to deepen, then you can float the left hip up and come to a deeper twist. Inhaling back to center, give it another squeeze. And now taking the strap around the heel of the left foot. So we're going to come into our hamstring stretch. And again, you can bend up the right knee, place the sole of the foot down, or you can keep the right leg straight. You can inhale, exhale, straighten into the back of the leg if you can. That's where we're working towards. And then as you exhale, drawing the foot down towards you. Let's lift the bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. See if this frees up your posture, maybe it tenses your posture. Another deep inhale, exhale here. Wonderful. So releasing the pressure on the foot slightly so it comes back up to center. And then drawing down on the heel so that the hip is rooted in the socket. And then we're going to exhale to move the left foot over to the right. Maybe 1 inch, maybe 10 inches. But the left hip's going to stay on the mat. So we're just trying to isolate the glutes and the piriformis. So again, no sharp sensations. If there are, just move away slightly. Wonderful. Inhaling back up to center. Release the strap, but keep it handy. We're going to bend up the right knee now, place the sole of the foot down, and left ankle comes onto the right thigh. And we'll use the left hand to press the left knee or thigh down towards the bottom of the mat. And if you'd like to deepen, you can bring the right knee up towards you, maybe the strap behind the knee, and then over the top of the left shin. And as we exhale, we draw it up. And floating the right foot back to the floor. We can release and remove the strap now. And then we're going to show the sole of the left foot up to the ceiling. Press up through the heel, toes pulling down towards you. And then we're going to float the right foot. So it's just off the mat. Feel the weight of your pelvis pressing down through the sacrum. And then lightly place the right foot back down. And we're breathing here. Find the bandhas. One more inhale. And then exhale, floating both legs back to the mat. Let the toes fall out. Just check the buttocks are evenly spread. The legs feel equal length and weight. Wonderful. Bending up both knees, soles of the feet to the floor, heels close into the buttocks. So now just looking straight at the ceiling, no looking left or right. We're going to do our roll-ups through the spine. So as we inhale, peel the pelvis off the mat, coming up one vertebra at a time, nice and gentle. And as you exhale, roll back down. So just waking up the spine. Maybe with each inhale you come a touch higher. Wonderful. The next time the pelvis lands, just make sure that the pelvis is neutral. Maybe rock the tailbone back and forward, and then we drop our knees left and right. Maybe the back will click. Start to wake up the side waist. If you want to work on the tummy a little more, float the feet, have the shins roughly parallel to the earth, and do the same motion. And the next time over to the right, we roll onto our right side and make our way over to our child's posture. So knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching. And we'll take a moment to calm down. So sitting the heels back as close to the buttocks back as close to the heels as possible. And then we're going to sway side to side through the pelvis. You may have lots of movement here. You may have very little. We just want to ease the groins into this new posture. And then we'll rest the forehead down. And coming back to the breath. Feeling now the entire organism lifting and falling, rising and falling with the inhale, then the exhale. So you may feel like you're really undulating, really pulsating. And these movements are no bigger, but as you refine your awareness, they feel bigger. Wonderful. We're going to walk our hands over to the right side until we feel the stretch all the way left little finger to left hip crease. Breathing deeply into the left side. Stretch the armpit, the tricep, the intercostal muscles and side waist. One more inhale, exhale here. And then walk the hands back through center over to your left side. Forehead down and then stretching or breathing to stretch into the right armpit, tricep, intercostal muscles and side waist. And then walking our hands back into center. Forehead is down. We'll engage the arms now, so press into the palms. You'll feel your back engage. Let's draw the shoulder blades down the rib cage. Where does the breath go? How does the whole body move? Now there's restriction introduced. And let's flow. Let's inhale, floating up the spine in one piece. Come to a tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under the hips. So we're going to start with our spine articulations as we always do. So we inhale, drop the belly, drop the chest, gaze slightly forward, and exhale, rounding up into the spine. So take this nice and easy, following the breath. And if you find a tight spot that needs an extra wiggle or an extra breath, you can stay there, take it as you wish. And one more of each. And calming to a neutral spine. So we're going to take our arm and leg raises here. Let's build some heat in the shoulders and the hips. We're going to do them in unison this morning. So inhaling, right arm, left leg. Let's reach heel to fingertips. Lift the tummy. And each inhale, that uplift, rising heel all the way to the hand. One more here. And exhale, flowing down to the mat, calming left side. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Reach from the heel to the fingertips. We'll take one more deep inhale here. And exhale, hands and knees back to the mat. Take our cow and cat again. Inhale, drop the belly, drop the chest, gazing forwards. And exhale, rounding up into the spine. Calming neutral, we're going to lean forward as we inhale, tuck the toes. And we're walking back with the hands slightly. And we're going to lift the knees. Breathing here, so stretching the Achilles, the calves, and if you wish on your next exhale, send the hips high for your first downward dog. And we walk out the dog, so take this gently, ease the calves, the backs of the knees. You can sway the hips here, so notice small differences in movement. Allow you to get huge regions of the body, wake them up. And then let's settle into stillness. So we're going to take a leg raise on each side. So we're just going to take a deep inhale, exhale here. And our next inhale, the right foot is going to float off the floor. So maybe just an inch, maybe a foot, or maybe all the way into extension. So we're just working on building some strength in the torso, the core. And wherever you are is perfect. That's where you need to be. One more inhale and exhale, foot comes down. Coming for the left side. Inhale, left foot floats maybe an inch, maybe two, maybe all the way up into extension. One more deep inhale, and exhale, floating the foot back down. Just walk through the dog once more. So we're going to take a different sequence today. We're going to exhale, bring the knees back to the mat. And we're going to take the right foot forward. So we're coming straight for our lunges. We're skipping out the salutation. I want time for us to do our meditation this morning. So fingertips to the floor, right knee is above right ankle. And we're stretching the left hip flexor, compressing the right hip deeper. And you're welcome to stay here. If you'd like to come further, it's right hand to the right knee, left hand, left hip. Draw your chest up. And with the inhale, feel that sense of lift, the natural pulsing of the body. And exhale, there's a softening down, so it's not a collapsing here. We're just using that to open the body. So this hip flexor and compressing on the other side. And now let's draw the right hip back, left hip forward. So good alignment for the pelvis. So now our heart lift. We're going to inhale, draw the heart up in front of us. Maybe you look up. For another inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat. Take the right knee back. So both knees are together. Hands are underneath the shoulders or slightly forward of the shoulders. We're going to take our dip down, so to Chaturanga modified. Exhaling, calming down, elbows brushing the body. And inhaling, drawing through to a gentle back bend. So you may be an inch off the floor or 2 feet. Looking down at the mat, so we're not scrunching into the neck. Shoulders are back. One more inhale, lengthen the whole front of the spine. And then exhale, back to tabletop. We'll draw the left foot forward now. Finding the lunge on the other side. Set up your posture. Couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, it's left hand to the left knee, right hand to the right hip, reaching up. Breathing here. So let's draw our left hip back, right hip forward. So the movement may be tiny, maybe 0.5 centimeter, maybe 1 millimeter. But it's the idea of the movement that will help stabilize the posture. And inhale up, flow, exhale, soften down. And now the heart lift. Inhale, the heart lifts at the front of the body. Maybe you look slightly up. One more inhale here. And exhale, hands to the mat. Left knee comes back to join the right. We're going to take our Chaturanga again, our low plank. Exhaling, elbows brush the body, coming down. Inhaling, draw your chest through to your back bend, whatever this looks like. One more inhale. And exhale, push back into our tabletop and sending the hips high to downward dog. Swaying the hips. So now we're going to continue to walk the hands back towards the feet. So I'd like us to do a forward fold, doing it at the back of the mat instead of the front. Bending the knees as deeply as you like and take movement here. So you can bend one knee then the other, sway the hips, maybe clutch hold of opposite elbows. Crown of the head is shining towards the floor. Wonderful. And we're going to bend the knees deeply now, walking the hands forward, coming down. And we're going to make our way sitting onto our buttocks. So we're going to do our staff postures, forward folds. Just a few more openings before our meditation. So legs are straight on the mat. Take the fleshy bits of your bum out. So if you have your scarf handy, you can try with this today and see how this helps with your posture. So we'll put the scarf around the feet, again nearer to the heels, and then let's lay it down on the mat because we're not using it straight away. Fingertips are beside the buttocks. Make spiders of the hands so that the fingertips are lightly pressing down. If you have long enough arms, you can actually use the flats of your hands. My arms aren't long enough. And we're sitting up tall. Draw the shoulders back. Neck is long. And if you can't sit here with a straight spine comfortably, if the hip flexors get too tight, you can bend the knees up so that they're off the floor. You can even put a cushion under the knees for extra support. Otherwise, we're sitting here tall. Draw up the lower belly. Let the rest of the belly be soft. Find Mula Bandha, pelvic floor. Wonderful. So now let's get hold of our strap. So we're going to use the strap just to try and hinge our torso forwards from the pelvis. So we're trying to keep a straight spine. So you may move an inch, you may move 6 inches, but we're trying to maintain the integrity of the lower back. So a little rounding may happen, but we don't want to hunch into the spine. So using the strap to bring us up tall. Heart is shining through, neck is long, and we're breathing here. Each inhale, see if you can lift out of the pelvis, lift the heart forward. So maybe you feel this lengthening you around your sit bones. So we're actually trying to tilt from the sit bones over the top. And it's the exhale that draws us forward. One more inhale here. And now exhale. We're going to round forward. Let it all go. Let the head be heavy. And round out. So you may be sat quite upright. You may have the head on the floor between the legs. So we haven't done so much back work today. So notice how different this posture feels. So the breath is even more important. We don't want to pull into these muscles, jar into the spine. We just want to breathe in. One more deep inhale, exhale here. And then the next inhale, sitting up straight. Give the legs a bit of a shake out. So we're going to take our wide-legged version of the same forward folds over to the left and right. So taking your legs as wide as you can. Again, get the fleshy bits out so you can sit high on your sit bones. And fingertips again by the buttocks. Lift up tall. And let's breathe here. So trying to shine the heart forwards. For one more inhale. And as we exhale, drop the forehead towards the mat. So we're letting everything round over. Let the spine round. Let the head go. So if you need, you can have a cushion or 2 cushions under the face to give support for the hands. And we're breathing the same as in staff posture, leaning forward. So with each exhale, where can you let go? Where can you find some more depth? wonderful. We'll inhale, walk the hands back towards us, calming up to seated. We'll do very quickly over the left and right. So inhaling, lift the heart and then rotate over towards the left. So try and have the heart central to the left leg. And we sit up taller, and you can stay seated up or staying upright. Or if you'd like to come further, walking the hands forward, exhaling and dropping the forehead towards the knee or the shin. But again, you can be sat up here with the head just nodding. You'll feel you're stretching into the spine. Or you can reach all the way forward. Backs of the hands can be to the floor, so we're not grabbing the leg and pulling down. So use the breath. Let the head go. And walk the hands back towards you. Come to sit upright and rotate the other way. So notice if you have less rotation. So this side I have much less rotation. Again, we want the heart to be central to the right leg if possible. Take an inhale to sit up tall, heart shining forward. And then exhale, walk the hands forward, calming to rest over that leg. And let's keep the left sit bone down. So no lifting in the hips. Wonderful. Inhaling, coming up back to center. Twisting around. Draw the knees together. Hand up. You can give them a hug. Maybe drop the forehead down. And we'll just do one more stretch, which is quads. So we're going to take the right heel towards the right buttock on the outside. And you can either have the left leg straight or you can keep it bent, whichever works for you. And so this may be a strong enough posture. So this is quite strong in me. So we're looking for a stretch in the quads. You're going to feel it inside of the groin as well. And then we're going to lean back on the hands. So you may be super open here and you may be able to lie down flat on the mat behind you. Otherwise, just lean back as much as you are comfortable. And we're going to breathe here. So one more deep inhale, exhale. And then inhaling, leaning over to the left. Release your right leg and switching over. So left heel into the buttocks. We're going to lean back on the hands when we're ready. Check the difference between the sides. Honoring any sensations in the body, whether that's hysteria or whether it's relaxation. There's something in this side today that's very edgy for me. And the breath disappears in those moments. I'm not breathing. So it's always good to notice this. What's the body telling us? You don't have to have the answer. I don't have the answer to this, but it's just the inquiries we make. One more deep inhale, exhale here. And then releasing over to the right. Let the leg come out in front of you. We'll give the legs a wiggle. And now we're going to make our way to our comfortable meditation postures. So however you are, let's find the spine nice and tall, rising effortlessly out of the pelvis. So we want to get to a place where our meditation posture is stacked in such a way that there's no extra tension. So this can impede our practice of meditation and especially pranayama. We'll talk more about the pranayama postures and meditation postures on Monday evening. So for now, we just want a sense of ease through the body. So nothing that's going to distract you or limit your experience. Because once we start working with the subtle energies of the body, the mind has to be really quiet. So if it's worrying about tension in the hips, this is a distraction from the practice. So we're going to start to watch the breath on the body. So rather than just the belly, the chest, let's use the whole organism, feet to the crown of the head. How every inhale, exhale pulsates you, your entire being. And before we go any deeper, let's make our inquiries. So physical body, and then let's check the quality of the mind. And then down to the energetic body. So this may be the lightness or vibration. Wonderful. So coming into our practice, now as we inhale, let's see if we can feel this upflow of energy. Exhale, there's a downward flow. And we'll bring the bandhas straight in, so pelvic floor, mula bandha, uddiyana bandha, lower belly, 30% drawing in and up. And see how this informs the flow of energy in the body. And we want everywhere else to be soft, so above the belly button, the belly is completely relaxed. And just notice if any of the three areas of inquiry, body, mind, or energetic body, have shifted. And we'll start our Kapalabati, so our skull shining breath. We're going to do 3 rounds of 20 with a pause in between each round. We'll take a nice slow pulse. And you can do the full 20 or you can drop out when you wish. So the most important thing here is to keep the chest lifted high, and the contraction is only in the lower belly. So we'll take a deep inhale, 20 strokes. And we'll now breathe naturally. Second round, 20 strokes. Inhale, chest high. And breathe naturally. You can check body, mind, and soma. And final round, 20 strokes. Chest high, inhale. And back to breathing naturally. And we're going to start our double up wave. So this is our yogic breathing, inhaling belly, sternum, collarbones, and exhaling from the belly, sternum, collarbones. So we move the breath up, up, up. So starting with the belly, inhale. So inhaling belly first. Exhaling belly. And making sure to draw in the bandhas, so Uddiyana Bandha, lower belly, and pelvic floor Mula Bandha. So the Uddiyana Bandha, the lower belly, will actually allow for a greater level of inhale into the upper chest. So just see how this feels. And now we're going to add Nadi Shuddhi or Umvalam Valam, the alternate nostril breathing on top of this. So index, middle finger between the eyebrows, close the right nostril, and we inhale from the left. Double up breath. And we're going to introduce one extra element, which is the chant of Om, which you're going to say silently to yourself, continuing the practice. We'll do one more round. And the next time you exhale through the left, relax your right hand down. You can continue the double up wave for 2 breaths through both nostrils. And now let your breathing return to normal. We're going to sit in quiet meditation just for a moment before the next task begins. Check your physical body, then your mind, and then your energetic body. And finally, we'll just touch on this exercise, which is we're going to become or start to try to become aware of how thoughts enter the mind. Where do they come from? How do they get in? Where does the energy come from? So these may be words, images, plans, and we're going to try not to attach to them. But however you interpret this, we're just going to throw them away or get rid of them, move them out. Just be aware as they arise and get them out. So don't stress too much about what this means, what I'm saying. Just do your version, however feels appropriate. you're managing to clear your mind, where does the impulse for the next thought come from? When does it begin? And throw it out. So maybe you're thinking, what is an impulse? This is also a thought, so throw that out. Treating this like a game. And we'll let that go. So just take a couple of deep breaths, let all technique go. Sigh that out. Feel the body, the physical body. And we'll draw our hands to our heart center. So either left hand on the heart, right hand on top, or you can have hands in prayer, whichever feels most appropriate to you. And let's all make a dedication for our practice this morning. So picking a person that we may know may be struggling. Let's make this an individual today. Take a couple of breaths into the heart. Nice and gentle. And let's send any of the benefit of this practice, any lightness, any ease to our person, our chosen person. And that's how we bow that out together and say thank you for our practice.